Putin raises shocking new warnement against the United States. The United States and its Western allies are facing a deal from Russian President Vladimir Putin because they are supporting Ukraine in its conflict with Russia. Russia allegedly lost over 360,000 soldiers since Putin launched his full-scale attack on February 24, 2022, according to Ukraine. Of that number, over 253,000 were lost in 2023 alone. No independent verification of the statistics has been made by Newsweek, according to Putin, who visited wounded Russian servicemen in Moscow on New Year's Day. The United States and its allies are responsible for any Russian casualties that may have occurred during the so-called special military operation. When asked about the stance of Western countries helping our enemy, Putin stated that the West was actively against the existence of Russia and should be seen as the real opponent of Moscow. The point is not that they are helping our enemy, Putin declared. We must contend with them. They are taking matters into their own hands and finding solutions. That sums it up well. Regrettably, this has persisted for ages and is still the case now. As an entity, Ukraine is not our enemy, he emphasized. They say they want to achieve a strategic defeat of Russia on the battlefield and destroy Russian statehood. Those who wish to do this mostly live in the West. They intend for Russia to fall apart. Continuing, Putin said that the West had been nurturing the Kiev regime for quite a long time to create the conflict. Putin stated that the United States was trying to exponentially boost the supply of artillery shells to Ukraine, while Russia continued to surpass the West in building up military hardware. Thus, Putin stated, "We will deal with them faster, it seems," despite the fact that dealing with Russia has always been their objective. Those who are trying to destroy Russia using Ukraine. That is the problem, but they will fail. It is simply out of the question, absolutely out of the question, according to him. Throughout the 22-month battle, Putin and his associates have frequently warned the West of nuclear strikes and other forms of retaliation if they get aid from Ukraine. Putin boldly declared in February 2023 that those who plan to defeat Russia on the battlefield don't understand a modern war with Russia will be very different, while also mentioning that Russia possesses ways of responding that won't just be limited to armored vehicles. Last month, Russia's deputy head of security and a former prime minister and president of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, warned that the war between Russia and Ukraine could escalate into World War II if President Joe Biden did not stop trying primitive blackmailing to get more aid for Ukraine. The Biden administration and their scared fosterling are sure to get the money, Medvedev stated. They must continue their combat efforts regardless of the cost. If not this year, then next. The Biden family and their Banderite slime are to blame for the new torrents of blood that will flow because of this dough. Photo taken Wednesday in Moscow of Russian President Vladimir Putin at a meeting. Russian President Vladimir Putin called the United States and its Western allies Russia's enemy in the conflict in Ukraine on Monday.